The starting point for me in a lot of things is the fact that 95% of humanity lives outside America. And our country is only one of 200 sovereign states around the world, even though we're the most prominent one and have been for the last 100 years or more. And when I think of the fact that every one of those countries has their own national interests and their own values and customs and history that they are proud of, just like ourselves, it kind of puts in perspective the importance of, or gives real emphasis to the importance of what TGA does. So I think of Tulsa Global Alliance, here in northeastern Oklahoma, as the focal point, for global engagement, the focal point for taking advantage of that whole array of relationships that are so important to all of us. There's a contradiction at work right now, I think, in this sense. The millennial generation and those even somewhat older are more connected to the world than any previous generation has been, in the one sense, electronically connected at least. And yet, amongst a lot of our population, there is, or I think in recent years has set in a little bit of a reaction to the degree of involvement in the world that America was striving to have through most of the 20th century. A little bit of retrenchment, not literally isolation, but a drift toward retrenchment. I, for one, don't agree with that direction. I feel that it should be just in the opposite direction, and manifest itself in various ways in order to preach the gospel and instill more of the international view with people in general. It has to be done in various ways, I know, and I think programs that TGA have is the highlight of what goes on locally, at least. Being associated with the Feldmans is special to me in this, because I think of them, again, in lots of ways, but including the context of citizen diplomacy. I think of them as having written the book, really, in Tulsa, and certainly being among the very early role models to many of us in their hospitality for those visiting here. And so in that sense, it's special.